It's your boy Online Davo, and we back with another video. Look, we got a video by Too Lazy to Try. Elon Musk gets exposed for trying to party with Jeffrey Epstein. I would say I'm surprised, but then I will be lying. Let's get into the video and let's see what bro talking about. Come on.
All right, so the DOJ just released another batch of the Epstein files this past Friday, and now there are over 3 million new documents available that people are still going through. So they published
3 million? Holy fuck. Bro, did this nigga just keep anything in his mind? God damn.
quite a bit. There's a lot of new information out there. I mean, it's pretty surprising they released this much, and it's also funny they released the files the same day as the premiere of Melania Trump's movie, because the director of the movie, Brett Ratner, was in the recent files in a pretty damning way.
Oh, shit.
And people already knew this guy was a creep, but
Brett Ratner with Epstein and a teenage girl, with our first lady at the premiere of the Melania movie, whatever the fuck her name is, which he directed. Damn. See, they all intertwined, bro. They all in the same little club.
it's just crazy. The same day as the premiere of his movie, Trump's DOJ releases pictures of him and Epstein together with their arms around two young girls. So what a way for Trump to promote his wife's movie. But this was all overshadowed by Bill Gates and Elon Musk being mentioned in the files. They got the most attention here so far.
Not
because
surprised.
Bill was mentioned by Epstein in an email where he said Bill caught an STD from a Russian prostitute.
What?
Then asked him for antibiotics that he wanted to secretly give to his wife without her knowing.
Bill caught the what? Damn. That nigga Bill Maney, and Lord knows, like, what?
And it looks like Epstein was trying to use this story as blackmail to force business deals with Bill Gates. So this could just be something he made up, but we know Bill was pretty close with him for a while. And that was a big reason why his wife wanted a divorce. So this story sounds believable, which Elon Musk was probably hoping everyone would just focus on that, because his emails with Epstein were also a pretty bad look. It turns out Elon hasn't really been truthful about his relationship with him. I mean, he always acted like he barely knew Epstein or Maxwell and would always refuse invitations to their parties. Like, there's a picture of him and Maxwell together, and he said he didn't know her and she photobombed him. Then also last year, he responded to an article on Twitter and said, Epstein tried to get me to his island and I refused. But now if you go back to that post, there's a community note, and it says Musk asked Epstein when the best time to go to his island was. So Elon's own site is calling him out here, because it turns out...
Nah, that's crazy. In the latest Epstein job files, Musk asked Epstein when the best time to go to his island was, asking additionally if he could come during his visit to the U.S. Virgin Islands. So bro tried to sit there and lie, but I don't even know who she is. Nigga, we see you. We know what you up to, bro. But the thing is, Elon Musk, he's an idiot, bro. He's a clown. So maybe this is why. So maybe him saying, yo, Trump is on the files. Was he like jealous of Trump? Like, yo, how the fuck Trump get to go on the Epstein Island, but I can't? Like, what's wrong with me? Damn.
He actually really wanted to go to the island. And there are emails where he's asking Epstein about the parties, and he's trying to plan to go to some of them. And I don't know if he ever did, but he was definitely interested in going. It does not seem like he was refusing invitations. So he has some audacity to say that when it's like the opposite. Elon kept asking Epstein about come to the island to party. In 2012, Elon asked him what night would be the wildest party on the island. So it's not like he can even claim this was just business related stuff.
Oh, that nigga was like starving. What day/night would be the wildest on your party? God damn, nigga. Sheesh. No means no, bro. Bro did not get the hint at all. And this is 2012 too?
Party on the island. So it's not like he can even claim this was just business related stuff like some other people say. He's admitting he's looking to party. Like after that, he sent another email and said, do you have any parties planned? I really want to hit the party scene and let loose. This invitation is much appreciated, but a peaceful island experience is the opposite of what I'm looking for. And at this time, Epstein was already a registered sex offender, and he was convicted of soliciting a 14-year-old for prostitution. So people already knew what he was like. But again, in 2013, I was messaging him about coming to a Christmas and New Year's party. Epstein asked him if
these people don't care, bro. They don't care. They would tell you straight to the face, we care about children. We don't support this at all. If you're doing any of this disgusting thing to these minors, you're dead. That's what they say. That's what they say. But then you'll catch them niggas in the Epstein files asking to hang out with them and shit. Come on, man. After he's already been, you feel me, convicted and all that. Like, what?
He wanted to come to the Caribbean with him and Woody Allen for Christmas, and Elon said yes. He was also asking about visiting the island for New Year's. They're scheduling it, but then Epstein had to cancel on him. He said, "Bad news. Unfortunately, my schedule will keep me in New York. I was looking forward to spending some time together with just fun as the agenda. I'm very disappointed." So it sounds like Elon might not have gone to the island, but it was only because Epstein had to bail. Basically the opposite of what Elon claimed originally.
Okay.
It sounds like he really wanted to go and kept asking about it, but Epstein was too
Bro was
busy
begging
or
for
maybe
it.
didn't want to hang out with him. So this whole thing is really embarrassing. I can't believe he spent all this time accusing everyone else of being in the files and saying he refused to go to the island. But it turns out he was kind of begging to go to the wild parties there. But he's still trying to gaslight people about it. He made a tweet and said, "No one pushed harder than me to have the Epstein files released, and I'm glad that it's finally happening. I had very little correspondence with Epstein and declined repeated invitations to go to his island or fly in his private jet Lolita Express, but was well aware that some of the email correspondence with him could be misinterpreted and used by detractors to smear my name." And I guess people could misinterpret this as him actually going to the island. Of course, there are people claiming that, but he definitely wanted to go.
I mean, shit, like, at least you tried to go. Right? Lord knows your reasoning behind it. Talking about something, you want to party. What kind of parties are you referring to? Because I feel like Elon is in those circles in which he would hear rumblings about what's going on. You can't tell me these billionaires don't be knowing what these other billionaires be up to. You can't tell me that, bro. They all talk a lot. They all like to gossip. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, you heard what happened on that island last week? What island? I'm telling you, bro. So my thinking is this. Did you know Elon? Did you know what he was up to? And was that why you were so eager to have so much fun on that island? What's so different about going to his island and going to some other island y'all niggas could purchase or something? You feel me? Was it the Epstein allure? You know what I'm saying? Was it the chance and the opportunity to be a pedo? Was it that? I'm just trying to find out.
I don't know how you could misinterpret him asking when the wildest parties are and if he has any planned. I mean, it sounds like he's looking for an invitation. It's crazy. If he didn't go, he just happened to get lucky that Epstein had to cancel. Even though at the time it sounds like he's really disappointed about it. He's looking to have some fun. But now he's trying to gaslight people into thinking like, no, I turned down every invitation. I wanted nothing to do with him. So now that this has come out, people are like, damn, Elon's so annoying. Even the billionaire pedo cult didn't want to party with him. Like, Epstein had a chance to get blackmail, but I guess he just didn't want to hang around Elon. But of course, Elon's fans are trying to spin this like somehow it proved that he did turn down invitations to the island and this vindicates him, which is ridiculous.
How weird you gotta be for the weird niggas to not want to hang out with you? Ask yourself that. How annoying do you have to be for weirdos to not want to be with you? But I mean, I guess you could be an annoying weirdo, and then there could be other weirdos. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Also, Elon gave Epstein a tour of SpaceX, but previously claimed he didn't think he ever did. And his brother was set up with a girl by Epstein and had to be warned not to harm her.
What?
So it's funny Elon keeps accusing everyone else of being in the files when he's in there trying to get an invitation to the wildest parties on the island.
Known Epstein clients, who are obviously extremely powerful, they're powerful politically and very wealthy, are Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, and Reid Hoffman, and some others too, but those three. So, why was Reid Hoffman so intent on destroying Trump?
Do you think it's because they're worried about the list coming out?
Yeah, one of the reasons. Yeah.
And then, of course,
niggas just staring at each other. Bro, Joe Rogan is bro, what?
So after that, Elon said Trump didn't want the list out because he's in there, which he wasn't wrong about, but it turns out they're both in there. And Trump decided to pull the reverse Uno card on him and release his emails. So these people are just trying to bullshit everyone and each other.
Right.
Like, he obviously knows more about this than he lets on. I mean, he always tweets about it and discusses it on podcasts, but acts like he had no involvement. And maybe those emails are the full extent of it and he didn't go to any of the parties, but I mean, it looks suspicious either way, especially because...
Okay, like I said, bro, he had to know something. Bro. He talking as if he knew it all. Hey, man, they got these. This is the reason why they don't want to drop them. Okay, but did you know all that during that time? Did you know that information during that time and you still want to go? That's weird, bro. That's weird. You already a weirdo, so it kind of looks shaky. But you damn near begging to go to the island? Nah, man.
He always said he refused to go and turned down invitations. Also, this was after people already knew Epstein was a creep.
So he gets arrested, and he gets like a little slap on the wrist, and then he's back in action with all these rich people again.
Yep.
Like really rich,
course.
influential people. Like Bill Gates is hanging out with him after he's already been
yeah.
arrested and convicted. Like that's bananas.
But
So just last year, Rogan was talking about how crazy it is that
Surprise.
these billionaires still hung out with Epstein after he's arrested. But now that his buddy Elon was exposed for trying to go to the island after he's arrested, I'm sure Joe will have to probably change his tune on this and think of some way to spin it and defend.
That's because they either be doing the same shit or it's not that big of a deal to them. It's one of the two. They can't be like, oh, they don't know. Nah, bro. If you're a billionaire, you're gonna find out if another billionaire then got arrested for some crazy shit. It ain't that many. Ain't that many of y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they either just didn't care enough about it, or they was participating. Simple as that.
Elon, so that'll be interesting to see. I mean, I think Elon is the first person in the files that we've seen actually kind of ask for an invitation to the parties, wild parties on the island.
Of course.
And Epstein had a chance to get dirt on him, but it's like, I got better things to do. So maybe Elon's pushing for the release of the files because he's bitter he didn't get to go to the island. Like, he's still calling for the prosecution of the clients and says they need to release all the videos. So maybe now that these emails are out, he has absolutely nothing to hide anymore. Also, there's another one that I just saw that he's sharing because he did deny an invitation to Epstein's house in New York. And this email exchange is hilarious because
Damn.
it sounds like Elon thought this was an invitation to some professional business event that was going to be boring. But then Epstein's like, dude, are you kidding me? We got girls here. So first he says, any plans for New York? The opening of the General Assembly has many interesting people come to the house. Elon says, I run and lead product design engineering for 2 complicated companies. Moreover, SpaceX is about to launch what is arguably the most advanced rocket in history. Flying to New York to see UN diplomats do nothing would be an unwise use of my time. Then Epstein responded and said, do you think I'm retarded? Just kidding. There's no one over 25 and all very cute.
See, this nigga Elon didn't even have the mindset. You know what I'm saying? When I say the mindset, I mean the mindset in general of this nigga. Hey, bro said, hey, that nigga Epstein was like, bro, what are you talking about? We like what? We've got some other shit planned, nigga. Fuck work. Bro, Elon's such a fucking loser, bro. That's what makes it so funny too, because it's like, man.
And I think that was the end of the email exchange. At least that was all that was part of the recent file drop. So it looks like Elon did deny that invitation, probably because it wasn't an invitation to the island. I mean, this was after Elon kept asking about that and Epstein had to cancel on him. So he was probably getting annoyed, like Epstein was wasting his time. But to be fair, it looks like he didn't go to this event, which also was a party environment, it sounds like. So now, of course, his fans...
See, that nigga said, fuck it. If it ain't the island, I ain't going. That's what he pretty much said.
Like, see, he did turn down Epstein, even though he still did lie about it. And he said he turned down an invitation to the island, but he's really asking to go to the island. And he really turned down an invitation to Epstein's New York City residence that he originally thought was a business event. Also, this proves he definitely knew Epstein more than he let on. And he confirmed this email was legit. He said, there are a lot of fake emails flying around, but this one is real. And of course, there are some fake ones going around that Elon will probably use to try to discredit the rest of them. Like, there's this one that people keep sharing and acting like it's legit, which is stupid because the rest of them are bad enough. You know, we don't need to make up emails here. But of course, people are running with it. But now there are community notes on the posts, and Elon said that it's fake. But he hasn't disputed the authenticity of any of the emails I've shown in this video that came from the DOJ website. He's just ignoring them and saying they're being misinterpreted. So those all seem to be legit. So now him and his sycophants are trying to do damage control. He's like, if I actually wanted to spend my time partying with young women, it'd be trivial for me to do so without the help of a creepy loser like Epstein. And I would still have 99% of my mind available to think about other things. But
I still have 99% of my... Shut up, bro. Talking about some creepy loser. You want to go hang out with him. So what that makes you? You want to hang out with a loser? That makes you worse than a loser, my nigga. It ain't nothing worse than a loser, but being a worse loser, I guess. I don't know. But it's like, come on, bruh. Sitting here just lying like this is so pathetic. Better off just, well, honestly, I don't even know what he better off doing because I would never be in this situation. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Don't. And his lapdog, Ian Miles Chung, put out this really cringy tweet. He said, Elon has the pick of virtually every available woman on the planet. He wouldn't need a hookup from some weird, creepy weirdo who lives on an island. And Elon commented, said, yep.
Yup, head ass.
So he has the pick of every woman on the planet, but he chose to have a kid with Ashley St. Clair, some grifter e-girl who now has completely
Damn.
turned on him because his AI Grok kept sexually harassing her and posting AI nudes of her
What?
underage, which she kept complaining about. Then Elon took away her blue check mark and banned her from Twitter Premium. Now she claims to be dark woke because she says the opposite is bootlicking fed file nerds. So even Elon's baby mama is disgusted
Dark
by
woke.
him and his AI, which also last year turned into Mecha Hitler and sexually harassed the CEO of X, and she stepped down
Mecha-
after.
what?
Which is a wild story I covered on Patreon if you're interested. Also, I've spent a lot of time talking about how Epstein's associates used Joe Rogan's podcast to try to convince people that they were the good guys that were friends with Epstein. And there are over 160 other exclusive videos on there. I'm about to
Damn, you're going crazy. Shout out, boy, Too Lazy to Try. You did your thing. I'm not surprised that Elon is in the Epstein files. Now, we see that he was trying to get an invite. And the one time that he was invited, he did decline because he was thinking business and Epstein was thinking freaky shit. So we do see that there. But now, I don't know, man. I still question whether he knew or didn't know about the kitty shit, the weirdo girl shit that they were doing on the island. I question that, man. They all run in these tight circles. Okay, someone had to say something, and he was still good enough with it to be like, fuck it, I still want to go. You know what I'm saying? And people got to be, some of them knew, or probably most of them knew or had an idea, but they just ain't give a fuck. They took that risk of like, you know what? It's gonna benefit me more doing business with this person than not doing business, given this whatever situation they're in that moment. They chose the business over the kids. Simple as that, bro. I'm gone. Peace.